Residential Sales Comparison and Income Approaches, page 111. Introduction to Financial Calculators, Chapter 4. A financial calculator has become a necessary tool for today's real estate appraiser. Through the years, numerous manufacturers have developed various versions of financial calculators that, while different in design, allow an appraiser to perform complicated, time-intensive financial calculations quickly and with much greater ease. While it is recognized that there are many fine financial calculators available on the market today, it becomes confusing to attempt to illustrate the functions of various makes and models within the learning process. It is not the intent of this course to promote one financial calculator over another. That being said, most appraisers acknowledge the Hewlett-Packard HP12C calculator as the standard of the appraisal industry. In fact, some states require coursework specifically addressing problem solving with the HP12C. In addition, many advanced appraisal courses from a broad range of providers focus specifically on applications using the HP12C. This chapter is intended to provide a comfort level for using the HP12C financial calculator in common calculations and to introduce the more basic functions that will be routine in everyday residential appraising. In some cases, there may be more than one method that can. Page 112. Be used to solve a particular problem. As well, the HP12C calculator is capable of many more functions that can be introduced within the constraints of this chapter. Many of the examples shown can immediately be performed on a standard calculator. However, it is important to discuss basic math applications as they apply to the HP12C, as most appraisers limit their mathematic calculations to a single calculator. Additional application examples, as appropriate, will be introduced in future chapters of this text. Finally, the National Uniform Appraiser Examination will present mathematic problems that the examinee must solve using a financial calculator. Therefore, proficiency in the use of a financial calculator is no longer an option for the prospective examinee, as examination providers are permitted to allow only one calculator to be brought into the testing area by the examinee. Key terms: amortization, the elimination of debt with a series of equal payments, principal and interest of regular time intervals. Compound interest, interest paid on previously earned interest based on the original principal amount. The more frequent the compounding period and the higher the effective interest rate, the greater the impact on the calculation. Discounting, the process by some investors that uses the principles of TVM to convert future income or cash flows into present value at a specified interest rate. Future value, amount of money that an investment, either a single payment or annuity at a fixed interest rate for a specified period of time, will grow to in the future. Present value, an amount today that is equivalent to a future payment or series of payments, annuity, based on a specified interest rate for a specific period of time. Reverse Polish notation, RPN, a formal logic system used in the HP12C calculator that allows mathematical equations to be expressed by pressing the arithmetic operations key. Plus, minus, multiply, divide after the numbers or variables have been keyed. Sinking fun factor, Amount set aside on a periodic basis so that when compounded at a given interest rate for a defined term, it will accumulate to a specified future sum. Time of money, TVM. The concept that a dollar today is usually worth more than receiving a dollar of some at some point in the future. Page 113. Base diagram of the HP12C calculator, courtesy of Hewlett Packard Development Company. This is the on button. CLX, or like multiply, is the clear key. This is the enter key. These are the number keys. Here is the arithmetic operation keys, plus, minus, multiply, divide. The basic HP12C keyboard. You will note that the keyboard of the HP12C calculator is designed in a horizontal pattern as opposed to the vertical pattern found on most calculators. Before we introduce some of the more complex abilities of the calculator, let's begin by taking a look at the keyboard and some of the basic arithmetic functions. The on key is located in the lower left-hand corner of the calculator keyboard. The HP12C has no off key. When the calculator is on, simply press the on key again to turn the calculator off. Also, the calculator will turn itself off after several minutes of non-use. The arithmetic operations key, plus, minus, multiply, and divide, are located vertically to the far right of the keyboard. The number keys and the decimal key are located immediately to the left of the arithmetic operation keys. The enter key is a vertically elongated key and is located at the lower part of the keyboard, just right of the keyboard's midpoint. The CLX key clears the number in the display, and in simple arithmetic calculations, the entries for that calculation. Clearing the calculator using the CLX key can be used if a number is mistakenly entered during an arithmetic calculation to clear just that number or an entire calculation once it is completed. There are several more keys that clear other registers and memories. A more expanded discussion of clear keys will be found later. Other keys will be introduced as they are needed throughout the chapter. Note, the HP12C has no equal key.